Pardon me. All right. My name is Sean Driskill. I think I can see you guys better without my glasses, but keep them on. Anyway, yeah, this is huge. I mean, I did not expect this many people. This is awesome. Thank you all for coming. This is great. Sweet. Wait, do we have anybody younger than like 16 in here? Yes. Can I get a woo? Oh, we got a yes? All right, fine. All right, well, this joke or this story you might like. So it's about poop. In junior high, my buddy and I, we were hanging out after school. School was out, hallways were empty. And I don't know why, but I liked hanging out in the school afterwards where I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. And I loved just seeing, walking down the hall and just seeing that lone teacher walking back from the staff room with, microwaved soup or something like that, pretending like they don't see me, and we have this unspoken understanding of, I don't see you, you don't see me, so if you do something wrong, it's not my responsibility. And anyway, so my buddy and I, we're messing around. I can't remember what we're doing, but a couple of our friends jump out of the girls' bathroom. They were girls, by the way, so they were supposed to be there. We don't know why they were there, but they jump out and they're like, guys, you guys have to see this. And we're like, what could possibly be in there that we have to see? And this might have been one of the first times that I'd ever seen a girl's bathroom. So we walk, which is a good thing, right? And so we walk in, and walking into the girls' bathroom, and vice versa for girls walking into the boys' bathroom, it's like walking into an alternate dimension where everything's backwards and nobody invented urinals. And maybe on the mirror they have little things and lipsticks scrawled out that say, "You're beautiful. You've got this. Becky is a man-stealing harlot." And that's just, I don't know. It's a whole world that I'm not aware of. But anyway, so they take us to this bathroom stall. And they open it up, and they're just like, "Look." And I looked, and I saw the biggest turd I've ever seen in my life. This is a junior high girls' bathroom. And it was the biggest turd I've ever seen in my life, and that still hasn't changed. It was the size of a dachshund, which dachshunds really aren't, the size and girth of a dachshund. Now, you're probably thinking, dachshunds aren't that big, but have you tried flushing one down the toilet? That's not likely to work, is it? But anyway, we didn't know what to do about this. And we didn't speak. We just kind of looked at it. And for me, it just brought up a lot of questions in my mind, okay, first off, who left this? Secondly, are they okay? Where are they now? Thirdly, is there anywhere I could get maybe a tape measure and a scale and some rubber gloves? Because this is historical here. And anyway, I think, because I think it's definitely more likely that it was a girl, right? It probably wasn't a staff member. It had to be a student. They have their own nice bathroom. And unless some Florida State linebacker was just in town and had just gone through a week of luauing and stuff and had been just packing that all in all week, and then had to just let it in there in the middle stall of the girls' bathroom at a junior high school, maybe. But I think it's a lot more likely that it was actually a 12 to 15-year-old girl. And for me, I think, and I didn't know it at the time, but I think that was when I started feeling a little more sentiments for feminism. I think, hear me out, I know we took a hard left turn here, but hear me out here. This was made something that I know I could never do, even with help. Something I could never do, and this was done by just a little girl. She's fully capable of doing things that a grown man would have trouble doing. And I know we all have those friends that like come out of the bathroom and they brag about their double flusher. But have you ever had a no flusher, dude? Like, keep in mind, like this thing, I also want to paint the picture of like there was no toilet paper in that toilet. There was nothing but just this one solid turd, roughly the shape of a yam. And if it was a yam, it would be the talk of the town. It would win the state fair and it would feed a family of 6 for a week. If it was a yam. Anyway, where was I? Feminism. Okay. So yeah, it blew my mind that a girl was capable of doing this. But, you know, I think I didn't really come back to feminism until a bit later on in my life when I started kind of entering, I graduated high school, I kind of started, entering the dating field, and I started realizing, like, man, nothing that I'm doing is working, you know? Like, I see a girl across the street, and I'm like, hey, baby, over here! Over here, this guy over here wants you, and that doesn't work, it didn't work. And then I looked online, and it turns out that like women actually like it when like you respect them, when you're nice to them. So I thought I'd give that a try, and it worked pretty well. It did. I looked up the definition of feminism, and it was a lot more normal than I thought it would be. It's more so like the equality of the genders, and so I was like, hey, you know, like I think like the genders are equal. I don't know if I ever thought that one was greater than the other. I mean, I got bullied by both when I was a child. And the girls more often than not were better at it. So, I don't know. So, I mean, I was like, well, I guess that makes me a feminist. I think so. So I put it on my dating profile. And so here it went. It was Sean, 5'9". I'm 5'8", though. Maybe like 5'9" in shoes. I like the outdoors. Oh, and by the way, I'm a feminist. And it worked. So I got a match. And this girl and I, we started spending time together. We started talking with each other. And one day we were talking, and she was like, hey, Sean, can I be honest? And I was like, of course you can. You don't need my permission. You're a strong woman. You've got it. She was like, oh yeah, that's right. Well, the reason I swiped right was because you were a feminist. And I was like, naturally. And anyway, we keep talking, and you know, she kind of gets on a little bit more about her opinion. She's like, yeah, men suck. Men are trash. I'm like, yeah, they are. Preach. I hate them, every single one. And she's like, there should be a female president. And I was like, yes, ma'am. You know, as long as like her policies are good and everything, if I agree with those, then yes, there absolutely should. And she's like, and there should be a matriarchy where all women are in charge and men are enslaved. Yes, queen. That relationship didn't work out so well, I felt. I don't know, I felt like I was compromising something deep within me spiritually. But I don't know, I would still consider myself a feminist though, but kind of like in the sense of like, you know, like those Catholics, they were born Catholic, but they're like, yeah, you know, like I'm born Catholic. I believe, but like, you know, like I don't really go to church all that much. I don't really make it much my personality, but you know, like I think like, well here, let's give an example here. I actually had a good buddy. He gave me a good point. He said, you know, a lot of people say that when somebody is homophobic, they're deep down maybe a little homosexual, a closeted homosexual. So if we take that same logic, we can surmise that somebody who is a misogynist deep down is a deeply closeted feminist. And maybe, I don't know if I want to do this. So I mean, maybe, just maybe, you know, when a guy don't know, when a guy maybe says something a little off-colored, maybe what he really means is that women deserve more. I don't know what he means. We're gonna come away from that. I'm sure there's a better way to execute that, but I'm not gonna try that tonight. But yeah, I would say I'm a sleeper feminist. I'm gonna be there for women's rights, for respecting of women. I'm gonna treat you right, but like up until a certain point, until like maybe I have to change or something, and I might be a bit behind the times. I might be a little archaic in some ways, but I've got my heart in it. I think I've got the passion, and I won't sleep until women get the right to vote. Am I right? Come on, it's 2024. They need to be able to vote and drive. Just so you guys know, I'm a good person. The whole point of all of this, I just want you guys to know that I'm one of the good ones. Anyway, what was I talking about? Right, there was this huge turd. And we didn't know what to do with it. So I turned to my friends that were girls, and I was like, "Which one of you did this?" They didn't think that was funny. And I was like, "Did you guys try flushing it?" And they're like, "We tried everything." I was like, "Everything?" Like, not everything, but you try. Go ahead, try and flush it. And so I did. I pushed the lever, and it was interesting to see. It was like watching a Kodiak bear try to just lethargically press itself through a cat door. And it gave up eventually. But that was about as much as we were willing to play with that thing. And I wish I had a camera. I wish I could have taken a picture of it, but it's seared into my memory. I think I could, I don't know, maybe recreate it with clay. Something like that to give you guys a visual aid, but I don't have any clay with me. But anyway, we left that bathroom. I think each one of us changed. And again, we didn't speak much. We all just kind of went home. And I thought about it that night. I still think about it. Thinking about it now, obviously. But I never found out who made it. And that's what bugs me. Maybe I would forget about this whole thing if I just knew who made it. And, but I mean, if she's still out there, hey, like, I salute you. You have, I hope you're okay. And if it needs to be said, I know what you did. Thank you guys. Good night.